Hello again, George. Okay, so here's a third video, and these are the multi-step word problems. Remember what we learned in class. When it's multi-step, you're going to have to do two operations. You're going to have to add and then multiply, or maybe subtract, then divide, or maybe you'll need to multiply first, then divide. You'll always have to do two operations. So let's take a look at this word problem. Now, I'm going to try to help you to the best of my ability, but word problems are so variable that really it's a case-by-case basis for me to try and help you. And when it comes to word problems, all I can tell you is just do your very best, okay? So let's go through a couple and see if we can clarify some of your misunderstandings. So here we have a bee flew 840 centimeters and landed on a flower to collect some pollen. Then the bee flew another 330 centimeters to get back to her hive. How many meters did the bee travel? Okay, first of all, let's do a side note for science. First of all, they call this bee a her. There's only one her in a beehive, and that's the queen. All the bees that go out to collect pollen, the drones and the worker bees, they're all males, okay? That's just a side note, not important for this. So they should have said him, not her, okay? Only one woman in a beehive, and that's the queen. Okay, so let's get back to math. Okay, so here, the first thing I'm going to do, because remember, this is multi-step, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to add these two together. So 840, excuse my messy writing, plus 330, that's going to equal what? 0, 7, 11. Okay, so now that's step one. Okay, that's step number one. Remember, this is always multi-step. Now, step number two is taking the 1170 centimeters and converting that to, what does it say? Right here, it says meters. Okay, so here we've got smaller to bigger. So we know we're going smaller to bigger. And remember what I taught you in the previous videos. What are we going to do? Oh, let's check it. Smaller to bigger, I always divide. Yes, that is correct. So we are going to divide. Okay, so I need to divide by what? Well, I'm jumping from meters, centimeters to meters. And if we remember back, that's 2 hops, right? With each hop being worth 10, 2 hops is going to be a 100. So I'm going to have to divide 1,170 divided by 100. Well, all you got to do is move the decimal. We know the decimal is going to start here. And it goes 1 hop, it goes 2 hops because we're dividing by 100. And since we're dividing, we're going to the left. So we know our final answer is going to be 11 decimal 70. Okay, so let's put that in there and see if we get it right. Yay, we got it right. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Thomas made one. Okay, so it looks like the same situation. First, you're going to have to convert this to milliliters, okay, because you want everything in milliliters. So step number one is going to be 1.6 liters equals how many milliliters? Okay, now remember from the chart I showed you before, there are 3 hops from liters to milliliters. And here, liters is bigger, so we're going to a smaller. So it's BS. Did you guess it yet? Yes, M. That means multiply. Okay, so if it's 3 hops, what am I going to multiply 1.6 by? 3 hops is 1,000. Very good. So now what is 1.6 multiplied by 1,000? Well, remember, all you got to do is move your decimal 3 places, since we're multiplying, to the right. We'd have to fill in these blanks with zeros, and you have an answer. Okay, we know the answer is going to be 1,600 milliliters. Okay, so now let's see if you can figure out the